My new song Drowning is out now. Please click the link in the description or the card at the end of this video to listen to it. Semi-final 4 happened quite a long time ago, considering how things go very, very fast in the Eurovision world. I should probably crack on with this because, again, it is really late. I apologize for that, but this week has been hell in terms of free time. So, let's get on straight to the first act, which was Pagan Fury. That's definitely how you start a semi-final, and that's definitely the type of staging that you want for this type of band, this type of gorgeous act that just stands out as different and unique. There was mixed voting in terms of who was voting for them in terms of age, but it was very, very slow at the beginning. I feel like that was a trend in semi-final 3 as well, as the first act really just didn't get the votes going fast enough. It feels like there's the flute in the background. This is just a music production note that I found interesting. The flute in the background and the instrumental sounds like a mellotron flute, which is used in quite a lot of 60s, 70s music. The Beatles used it quite a lot. I thought that was an interesting point. You don't have to take it as anything noteworthy. I just thought, hey, might as well share that. I love the fact that there's tribal monsters. I love the fact that really fits the theme, but I don't like that it's just her. I feel like the whole band should have at least some aspects in the staging. Otherwise, it just feels like it's that one person. I don't know, it feels like a group act, especially with a name like Pagan Fury. But I can't deny the performance was brilliant and the voice was excellent. I enjoyed the whole performance and the energy that the vocals brought to it alone. It was also not, the vocals weren't drowned out by a backing singer either, which I enjoyed, because often that happens when the singer isn't too confident with their vocals live. This didn't happen. I adored the song. Next song was Anton Hagman. Starts off like a Benjamin Ingrosso song, as I was mentioning before in my previous video. Very much a Benjamin Ingrosso style he's going for now. It starts off, what's it called? Can't focus on no, I'm here now you're gone. Haven't slept for days. I feel like it starts like that because of the piano, obviously, but in Swedish. The bright, vivid colours I do enjoy, especially in Melodifestivalen songs. I enjoyed it in Tempo with Margaret. However, the screen usage in this song is so much better than Margaret's, in my opinion. I love the creativity of it. I love how it just sets a different mood and changes it up every single time it was used, especially at the end where it just became all hectic. And then you realize you're looking at a video version of Anton Hagman and not the real version of Anton Hagman, and then you're just confused for a little moment. Mainly young votes I saw. A couple of times it did go to the older votes, but it seemed to be mainly young voters. But it did die off in the last chorus, which worried me, because it was such a good, engaging performance for me. I mean, I was up and down looking at my notes and everything, but I still enjoy the performance and probably would watch it again on a replay. However, compared to Stormbringer, I feel like that the Pagan Fury took the cake for me in between those two songs, which you can see later on, doesn't really matter. So, now we move on to Lisa Ajax. The first line, as I said, the song is a very delicate start, but not very much of a mellow start, and this really proved it, because the first line of the song was kind of drowned out by the applause dying down from the audience, which is slightly annoying because I wanted to hear it. It's definitely a cinematic and music video-y staging with a specific borders to make it cinematic framing, and the lights behind her making it look all epic and big because it's stretched from one side to the other, even though Lisa was just in the center. It's odd that she doesn't really have that much emotion in her face when she sings about this song, and that kind of got bolstered up by the fact that she ended this really emotional, torn song and then immediately went tack and really was really happy at the performance. I feel like there was a weird juxtaposition there. The bridge didn't excite me too much. I feel like it was a little bit too muted in terms of the instrumentation. I feel like they could have easily brought up the tempo or brought in some like really hard-hitting beats. I just feel like there wasn't enough there to really get my mood going. But in the final chorus, it was properly brought, as I expected to, because I thought it would go linearly up into an exciting build to the last chorus, and then boom, there goes the votes. Then we got into Arvingana, or however it was pronounced on Swedish television, not the way that I expected it to. It starts off as a very band boy-y song, like very Take That, I thought. Then it goes into the happy up-tempo song that we all know and kind of are indifferent over. I feel like there was a slow build-up in the hearts. I feel like it took a little bit too long for it to build up into a good fast-beating rhythm. I do have to say I can't fault that performance again. The performance tonight, well, 2 days ago, were pretty good all round. Even though 75% of the band were there, I still think it was a very good performance, and they know how to sell themselves on stage. Also, one of the strongest falsettos in the competition so far. That really last note, really can't fault it. He hit it. It wasn't slightly wavery or slightly off key. He hit it fine. Don't worry about it. He did well. Then we got to Bishara. He definitely knows how to look into the camera while singing because obviously that's where he came from. He came from his Instagram videos and performing into a camera. That's how he got viral and that's how he got on this stage. The song live really did click for me for some reason. Despite it sounding very dated, especially for him, it still very much clicked with me, and I definitely knew it was never going to come sixth, in my opinion. I knew I was going to be extremely wrong about that, and I think he has raised up in my expectations and in my rankings when the actual show happened. You can definitely hear the Benjamin in the lyrics and in the vocals. You can definitely hear that inspiration and that rubbing off onto Bishara, and obviously that definitely helped him, definitely didn't hinder him, as we found out later. Then we got on to Ann-Louise Hanson. This song I did actually very much enjoy in the 1 minute clip, and I very, very much enjoyed it on stage as well. 3 minutes of soft, blissful. Well, it felt like what it was staged as. It felt like it was a nice, relaxing lay down on a couch. She got something to do on stage. She wasn't just statically standing there and then sitting on a bench like some people. I feel like we were looking at her and actually engaging with her performance instead of going, "Oh well, that's all right, isn't it?" Honestly, I enjoyed how soft and calming this song was. It might end up going on my playlist on Spotify, which some of the songs that even qualified and gone to Andra Chansen, I haven't even managed to do because it's just so enjoyable. It could just bring a little bit of a smile to my face in the end. It's a shame about the slow voting. It mostly skewed older, which you were expecting, and also the slow bit we were all expecting, really. Apparently, she was expecting him coming fifth. Spoilers. I feel like I just enjoyed it. I really did. There was a few camera glitches at the end. I don't know if you saw that at the end of the song. There was a few camera glitches in terms of, I don't know, I think it was switching between two different cameras, and it was a bit dodgy. Also, gotta say, those backing singers have the best job ever in terms of all the backing singers for this contest. They just get to lounge around on a couch or a sofa or a very nice armchair and sing. I mean, I'd get that gig, no problem. Laughing all the way to the bank. And then finally, and definitely not leastly, as we found out, we go with Jon Lundvik. Oh, he's such an angel. He's such a genuine and emotional person, which is something you really like to see in this world of very plastic pop people. It's very nice to see someone with genuine emotion and genuine happiness about their song and their performances. It's definitely a brave start of the song because he had no notes to go off of. He had to hit it straight off with the first note. But definitely, without a doubt, he performed amazingly. I enjoy the beginning lighting effect. It's so simple yet so effective. Definitely got my interests peaked. And then obviously it wasn't just that. He moved to center stage and performed with the four other very gospel-inspired women. Oh, I said I love gospel choirs, and that just proved it. For this one, I thought I saw all the colors of the heart that it can possibly be, which explains where he ended up in the voting. I just can't help but smile at this performance, and he should absolutely be proud of it. And he actually should be proud of wherever he comes, because he's definitely very much an engaging person to watch and genuine. I feel like he's very genuine. At least that's what he looks like on screen. But one thing I very much notice is how similar it is to the UK entry. Obviously, because he wrote the UK entry. The end of at the end of the song for both of them, it goes da da. Is it bigger? It ends the same way. So that's going to be interesting if both of those songs go to Eurovision. We would get blown out of the water and we would get nothing because all the votes would go to Jon Lundvik and not us. So that's how positive I feel about our country. Anyway, moving on. We got to 6th and 7th, which was Pagan Fury and Anton Hagman, which was very, very surprising for me. I thought Anton Hagman at least had a chance of going to Andra Chansen. I guess being unique and having a very younger skewed voting pattern is obviously going to be very much an uphill battle this year. Anton Hagman might have had a chance of going through to Andra Chansen if it wasn't this type of voting scale and how it all works. He might have had a chance, but unfortunately he didn't. I was very, very happy to see Ann-Louise in the top 5, and as obviously she was as well. She was definitely not expecting it. In the end, that's just how it went, and I wasn't too disappointed because I was expecting something. I'm just going to be quite honest. Every single prediction that I make in this semi-final is going to be, or even in the Andra Chansen and in the end, the final is going to be absolutely nonsense because it's going to go a completely different way because I don't know how the Swedish work anymore. So going direct to the final was John Lundvik and Bishara, and Andra Chansen was Lisa Ajax and Arvin Garner. Just look how much it meant to John Lundvik. Honestly, I'm going to say this now. I was supposed to say it in the other video, but I'll say it now, even though it probably won't have near enough views. I want a John to win this Melodifestivalen, either John Lundvik or John Henrik Fjällgren, because I love both of those songs, and I honestly think either of them will have a good stage performance at Eurovision. Either you'll be bopping along or have the feels of the Arctic winter going through you. One thing I very much noticed, and this is where I put my conspiracy tinfoil hat on, is that there was a shot before all the voting happened in terms of who would go to the final and who would go to Andra Chansen. There was a shot of John Lundvik's sign, and then creeping over was a Bishara sign, and both of them ended up in the final. So a little bit inventive from the people behind it all, I guess. Or maybe I'm just looking into it too much. Or maybe I should stay away from mobile phone rays or Wi-Fi or just anything. Maybe I'm just going crazy. It's probably likely at this point, to be honest. I mean, I've got to be honest, Ann-Louise seems very, very gracious in defeat. She knew it, and she seemed so very happy about Bishara going through because she's just a very genuine person. There's a lot of genuinity. Oh my word. Is that a word? I don't know. There's a lot of genuinity in this semi-final, and I really did enjoy it. So that's it for semi-finals. You'll have a Andra Chansen video coming up very soon, probably closer to the actual date, so people will be more interested in watching it. And as I'm sure you saw at the beginning of this video, if I remember to put it in, I have a new song out. It came out just yesterday. Thank you for watching this. Please go ahead and click the link at the end of this or the card that's probably appeared now to actually watch my, well, it's not a music video, just listen to my music. I'd appreciate all of your support. It will be out on music streaming services reasonably soon. I'll try and get that sorted out. But that's enough self-promotion. I don't do it a lot, but when I do it very hard. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you again for the next one. See ya.